Hi everyone. In this video, I want to quickly cover how to analyze your DeepLabCut CSV output files. And in my previous videos, I've been showing you all how to analyze behavior videos with Bonsai. But here I want to just recognize the fact that CSV outputs from DeepLabCut are extremely helpful and speed up the analysis process. And in order to do that, I just want to quickly cover a few things that when you get your CSV output from your DeepLabCut, it will look something like this. You will have your headers on the top lines. And in order for us to analyze those, we first need to be able to understand the data structure that DeepLabCut uses. And here I'm using a Jupyter notebook to help me analyze the CSV outputs. And I will have the link to this script in the description so you guys can follow along. So here I'm just importing the CSV file. And next, what I want to do is I want to define the body parts that are within my CSV. So as you may know that different experiments require different body parts to be tracked. And therefore, we need to be able to create on the fly some of the headers. And in this part, this next part is going to help me draw an ROI on top of my data. And I really find this to be extremely helpful because even if the angles between the videos or some parameters of your experiment change, you can still draw manual regions of interest. So here I made a small mistake. I forgot to change all of the nose to back to head, or actually thorax in this case. All right, so here I'm going to draw a region of interest within which all of my calculations can then take place. So that looks good to me, and then what I need to do is press that power button, and then that will lock it in. All right, so next thing for us to do is to actually do some calculations for distance, velocity, and time. And this will all be done within the region of interest that we have drawn. Now, one interesting thing is that I have used pairs of body parts to do my calculations. For example, it calculates whether two paired body parts are within a region of interest before it calculates the total time that is spent inside of the ROI. As many of you know that DeepLabCut, sometimes the body parts jump around. Now this one is an interesting one. Here entries and exits are also calculated based on the paired body part type of a scheme. Here you can define the body parts like I am doing here. In fact, I just want to use nose and head. So I'm just going to revert back to what I had there originally. And then you can change these outputs as you like. It calculates the entries and exits based on two body part system instead of just one. As body parts tend to just move around, it helps to have two body parts in one location for better accuracy. All right, for the actual distance traveled, excuse me, on the top there, the max distance per frame, please make sure that that is selected based on your experiment. And this snippet of the code will analyze the distances that the animal is moving based on the distances between your body parts. So this is really a quick breakdown of the code and how it functions. And again, I will have just a quick check to compare this with the bonsai output and the analysis method that I showed in a different video. So here, if you look at the outputs from the bonsai, and here I'm just calculating the number of frames that lie within each of the different regions. So there, for the right side of my team is through bonsai, I'm getting something around 1600 frames, or 1700 if you round it up. And then for the Jupyter script, I'm getting 1239 frames based on the condition that both head and thorax are present before an entry can be counted. So based on whichever analysis scheme that you need to use, you have now the capacity to analyze your DeepLabCut outputs through this script, which makes it relatively easy. And if not, always go check out my bonsai videos to learn how to do analysis with bonsai.